So you're wanting to know how to calculate standard deviation and standard error of the mean. Let's begin. So, a garden contains 39 plants. The following plants were chosen at random and their heights were recorded in centimeters: 38, 51, 46, 79, and 57. Calculate their heights, standard deviation, and standard error of the mean. So the equation we have is given below by College Board. So our first step is to find the average. Okay, so look at the standard deviation equation and you'll see that there's red. Everything's going to be color coded. So we take our data points, 38 plus 51 plus 46 plus 79 plus 57, and divide by the number of data points, which is 5. That gets us 54.2. Okay, step number 2 is highlighted in green. We're going to get the values for each data point for this part of the equation, xi minus the average squared. So I'm taking all of these data points you guys see, 38 minus 54.2. Again, remember, that's red, that was the average. And so we take all those values and square it. So 38 minus 54.2 squared plus yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to read all of that to y'all, but these are indeed the new values. Okay, we're adding them up below. This is showing good work, y'all. Showing good work. So after we have our new values, step 3 is to add up those new values to get the total sum. That's what the blue symbol means in our standard deviation equation. So after adding that up, we should get 962.8. So step 4 is to calculate the degrees of freedom. That's our purple in the standard deviation equation, n minus 1. So we take n minus 1, n being the sample size or the amount of data collected. We have 5 minus 1, which is 4. So our degrees of freedom is 4. Okay, step 5. Step 5 is to plug in values for the equation and solve. So this means to divide first and then take the square root. So this is our standard deviation. We solve for the top portion with the blue being the total and then the bottom with the degrees of freedom. Now we have 962.8 for the total and our degrees of freedom is 4. We first divide that and then take the square root to get a standard deviation of 15.51. Always round to the hundredths place. So in order to calculate standard error of the mean, we need a standard deviation. We calculated that. So now we have all the values for this equation. Standard deviation divided by the square root of the sample size. So with that said, we can plug in the values. 15.51 divided by, the sample size is 5, so I put in the square root of 5. I get plus or minus 6.94. Wow, that's a big standard error, but that's it, y'all. So we now know how to calculate standard deviation as well as standard error of the mean. Have a good one.